Welcome to the Genuinely You podcast channel, which is packed with advice and tips on how to live your life with purpose. Do you wish you felt happy and fulfilled? Are you feeling stuck, wishing things could be better? Are you ready to take some action and create the life you want? To start living an empowered life, you need to recognize and make full use of the power and freedom that comes from being genuinely you. Your host is Gina Gardner, a #1 best-selling author whose whole life has been about supporting people to achieve personal empowerment, helping people just like you recognize that they can.
Being mindful. What do I mean by being mindful? Well, being mindful is actually being aware of the quality of your thinking, because it's the quality of our thinking that actually affects every moment of every day of our lives. 95% of our thinking is habitual. It doesn't cross into our conscious mind at all. We go into patterns of thinking and talking and behaving that have actually been created when we're much, much younger. One of the most fundamental ways of thinking is around success or failure. And there are lots of people who are convinced that they will fail. And of course, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy, because many people who are fearful of failing just don't try at all. If I don't try, I don't fail. Well, the reality is that if you don't try, you're destined to fail. You're never going to do it. If you're fearful of failure, that affects the decisions you make, and ultimately it has an impact on how successful you're likely to be. But if you look at people who are truly successful and you model what they do and how they think and speak and act, the defining thing is that they know they are going to be successful. They don't consider anything else as an option. One of the most powerful models of that is if you look at toddlers, or actually children who are learning to toddle. When babies want to walk, there isn't a second that they think, I'm going to fail, or what if I look silly, or does my bum look big in this nappy? What they want to do is to stand and walk, and they pull themselves up and they allow themselves to move along the settee, and they'll do it endless times and they'll fall. But as they fall, they don't think, I failed, or what will people think? They simply get up and they try again. If we use that same way of thinking about everything that we do, then life would be very different. Now, I can talk about the walking bit because I've learnt to walk twice as an adult, and I can tell you that the falling down bit is a great deal harder when you're a grown-up because it's further to fall and the floor is very, very hard. And as I don't wear nappies or diapers, it's pretty tough. But what I want to get across to you is the capacity to believe that you are going to succeed then changes the way in which you look at things. It changes the decision-making process. So let me give you an example. Dyson is a very successful businessman. He created a whole new style of vacuum cleaners. We call them Hoovers in England. What most people don't know is that he made around 2,000 prototypes before he had a saleable vacuum cleaner. Now, how would things be different if he'd given up after prototype number 1, or number 2, or 102, or even 1,092? He saw each of his failures as an opportunity to learn, but he knew he was going to succeed and he would have kept on until he succeeded. If you're mindful in that way, if you used the power of your thinking to help you succeed, then success becomes a done deal. If you're fearful, if you allow those thoughts to take over your life without actually challenging them, then the quality of your life will be different. So my challenge to you is over the next few days, just become aware of how you think and how that's affecting your life. What you think about people, how you decide whether their motive is something that's positive or negative. All of those things make a difference. Be aware of your thinking. Be aware of how you contribute to your own success or failure. And if you need some help, get in touch.
You've just been listening to another great Genuinely You podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. Genuinely You is a culmination of Gina's work, spanning over 30 years, of helping people learn what makes them feel happy and truly fulfilled, and how to achieve it. Please visit genuinely-you.com today to find out more.